victimizing himself because I want to stir shit stream. Yo, Destiny, it's not my views that are low, buddy. Check that next time you say some dumb shit like that, buddy.
I was watching Train stream last night, and I learned something really important, okay? Which is good. We always take away lessons from life. I think this is something that a lot of you might just know this intuitively, and I just never really thought about it before. One thing that I've never really considered before is I think when a lot of people have friends, when a lot of people consider people to be friends, remember how we talk about like unconditional love sometimes, like unconditional feelings for people, and I've repeatedly stated that like I don't believe in unconditional anything, you know. In some ways, I kind of thought that was kind of like a little bit of an edgelord take for me, because like obviously, a lot of people don't like believe in unconditional love. Like that's really silly, but I don't think that's true. Actually, I think most people actually approach relationships as like unconditional, and this is actually like a really big revelation for me. And when I look back, I think it helps me piece together more what happened with Hassan or Trihex or Bad Bunny or Trainwrecks or anybody else. Wait, what was the most recent big bridge burning we had after the N-word manifesto? I think that the way people view relationships is that, like, if somebody is your friend, then that means, like, literally, no matter what, they will support you and have your back with every single thing you say, no matter how right you are or no matter how wrong you are. And that concept is very foreign to me because I don't want it for myself. When people do it to me, it irritates me. I don't like to feel like I'm being patronized or condescended to. It's one of the reasons why I don't take compliments from like friends or family very seriously. It's an issue that I've had with people. But it's something that I've never really considered before. That like this is like a major driving force behind a lot of people's relationships, that they would like consider like, hey, like if we're friends, then literally no matter what I say or do, you're always going to have my back in what I say or do. Yeah, so that's interesting. I've never really thought about that much before, but I'll think about that more now. Like in the I guess like going forward, I'll try to have that in the back of my head more. I guess like more specifically to Trainwrecks, I guess I'm a little disappointed because like for the most part, in most of my conversations with him, like I've kept the kid gloves on. And I don't mean that in like an ultra condescending way. I mean that like if Train was like a random like Sargon of Akkad giving the types of takes he does, like I would absolutely roast the ever living shit out of him. Like I don't necessarily let him get away with bad takes, or at least I don't think so. But I definitely like, I'm not gonna sit there and just be like, oh yeah, dude, like shameless, lol. Like I mean, I'm gonna at least ask questions. I guess it's a little sad that like I feel like I've been like pretty gentle, like in all of our conversations. It seems weird that he would be like so irritated that I just like ask a few questions. I feel like I'm hardcore like giving him the benefit of the doubt in most of our conversations, and it's like, okay, like if we're freaking out like this much, like this is this is probably not good. We got a problem. But yeah, I don't know. That's so. I think something I'll keep in mind, I guess, this is kind of why I think this is why in general I usually function better on my own, is just because like that concept of friendship to me is not something that I've ever really cared about or has really ever sat well with me. Like I'm never going to defend somebody's opinion just because they're a friend of mine. Like it's not going to happen. Sometimes I think you guys think I do that sometimes, but I don't. You know, if Nina brought up something that I disagreed with, I would argue with her on the spot every time. I'll do that with anybody. I never let anybody get away with an opinion that I think is fucking stupid. With the exception being like, depending on the environment, if people are giving time, I'm not going to fight with every single person, every single environment ever. But like, just because you're a friend of mine doesn't mean I'm going to let you walk away saying some real stupid shit. And I think that most people aren't okay with that. And that's something, yeah, there you go. That's just something I'd never really thought of before, but I think I understand that better now. Train was for sure right to be upset over the dumbass KKK tweet. So the problem with what the problem is that like, well, so I made a Bad Bunny comment. So like, here's the thing that kind of irritates me. I don't like it when I get attacked from both ends for two opposite things. When that starts to happen, I very quickly lose interest in doing whatever it is that's making that happen. So for instance, Bad Bunny and Trainwrecks have now both done this thing where they're like, all you do is like, you platform people that hate me and say I'm the KKK, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, listen, dude, like, I defend you so much, and my community roasts me so hard for it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to you roast me for not defending you while my community is roasting me for defending you. This is really fucking silly. Like, that's really dumb. If you listen to the conversation that I had with Wes yesterday, I was being unimaginably charitable towards Tyler. Like, I don't think he's a misogynistic person. Like, yeah, maybe he's got some sexist views towards women or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't think he's this hateful, horrible, evil person. I was being incredibly charitable towards Trainwreck's takes. Like, does Wes fucking hate Train? Yeah, seems like it. Is Wes saying some things about Train that may or may not be true? Yeah, it's possible. But Train is talking about how, like, these are people that are scared to talk to him or scared to come on, blah, blah, blah. I literally told Wes during that conversation, like, hey, maybe you should go on to the podcast and talk to Train about it. Like, I'm curious what you guys would, like, fight about. Or maybe you should do this. Like, I literally said that, And, yeah, apparently Train doesn't want to talk to him for whatever reason, so. There are times when I feel like you're literally guiding Train towards the safer answers, and Train still somehow makes a problem out of it. Yeah, like, yeah, but that really isn't friendship if you're supposed to never challenge them. That's more strong in allegiance. Tough love is a part of relationships. I agree with you, but I don't think that most people view it that way. I think that most people actually do view it as that, like, if you're friends, like, you're, like, literally bros to the end. Like, I should be able to come out and literally do anything. And you'll be able to have my back. And it's like, well, no. Like, I don't think I feel that way, I don't think I necessarily agree with that. But, yeah. And then, like, and I guess, like, the thing that bothers me the most is that, like, it's funny because Train, well, what did I say? Hold on. Can somebody bring up the logs of me in Train's chat? Because Train said that I started to get really mean in chat, and that my true colors were showing. The reason why I use spam is apparently in order for him to read you in chat, you have to spam a million times. So I joined you guys in spamming. So let's see what I said in his chat last night. Okay, so this is after he ignores me repeatedly in DMs. So he ignores my DM to come on. He responds to Greek, but he continues to shit talk me on stream, which is okay. So then I'm trying to goad him a little bit into talking to me because he's literally just shit talking me in front of his whole audience. Just remember the next time he says 10,000 times in his stream that I'm scared of my community. Boys just, because he won't talk to me. Yeah, he keeps saying I'm scared of my community. Trainwreck is victimizing himself, ignoring the fact that I spent the entire Trainwreck is crying so hard about Wes attacking him, but I was defending Train in that entire conversation. Like, the entire conversation, I was like, I don't know if he's this or blah, blah, blah. Like, Jesus Christ. Because he wants to shit stir drama for stream. Train equals male Bad Bunny. And then he's like, look at how easy you turn. Then he says that I'm the one that turned after he spends, like, 30 minutes crying about how horrible I am. Or more, because I think he cried about me the previous night as well. But he says that I'm the one who turned. And then he says, it's just because you're scared of your community. I've literally spent, like, the last year purging half my fucking community of lefties. And then he's like, Destiny.DGG circle jerks you harder than any other community circle jerks a streamer. Dude, I get downvoted in my own sub so fucking hard. Destiny, I was there. He was shit-talking DGG, not you for the most part. I mean... Mr. Beast calls it. Wait, fuck. We can pretend that's true if you really...
So easy for you to turn, Destiny. That's interesting. Victimizing himself because I want to stir shit stream. Yo, Destiny, it's not my views that are low, buddy. Check that next time you say some dumb shit like that, buddy. The fuck? Who the fuck does he think he is? Stir shit for views?
Not just go there, dude. I honestly felt kind of...
The funny thing is that, like, oftentimes the way that people work. So if you want a pro tip on, like, how to fuck with somebody really hard, oftentimes what you need to do is you need to find out what's important to that person, and then that's the quality that you attack, the thing that you know they're the most insecure about. But ironically, what happens is most people don't think like that. When they attack other people, they usually attack them over what their own vulnerabilities are, and they project those vulnerabilities onto other people, right? So, we can take a look at my channel if you want. You can look at my viewership. Like, over the past 7 days, most of my content has been League of Legends. Like, it's pretty fucking clear that I'm not here to maximize my fucking viewership. Like, that's not something that I obsess over. Like, You're never going to bother me like, hey, dude, your viewership's been pretty shit over the past month, hasn't it been? Yeah, I've been playing a fuck ton of League of Legends, buddy. Like, I mean, yeah, no shit, my fucking viewership is low. Yeah, the idea that, like, that dig is, like, supposed to, like, really get me when a lot of these guys, like, define themselves based off of, like, their concurrent viewership is, like, really crazy. Oh, and then when I pointed out that, like, DGG doesn't circle jerk me at all, like, my own community shits on me pretty hard, he's like, well, no. They'll shut on you every other time except when it's me. And it's like, dude, oh my God, are you serious right now? Do you think Train's opinion evolved after the Slut Manifesto, or he just changed the way he talks about things so he won't get banned? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and, like, say that, like, all of my opinions on Trainwrecks have changed, you know, because he decided to flame me for an hour in his stream last night. I don't know. It's pretty ironic that he's, like, calling me out as, like, being this, like, huge circle jerker person, and then him and Greek, like, get on and, like, stroke each other off for 30 minutes about how horrible of a person I am. Destiny, for real, though, I think you might be misunderstanding unconditional relationships and love. Like, if I try to think about unless it is possible. Now, I'm only saying this to pay lip service to this because I genuinely don't believe this to be the case. But it is possible that I'm so blinded by my own perspective that maybe I am actually being, like, really unfair or really harsh to Train. And maybe I literally just can't see that. But I don't think so.
Rip Train.
I think that, like, I try pretty hard to give, like, pretty charitable takes or readings towards the things that he says. And I think it's pretty unfair to sit here and pretend that, like, I'm this horrible person that's, like, come out against him so much. I think you gotta reach pretty hard to get to that. Does him being manic bipolar change anything you realize? I don't know if he is bipolar. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen bipolar behavior from him, but that's not a good way to, like, diagnose somebody as bipolar. Because it's entirely possible he has episodes that are off stream that I don't see, right? You can't really, like, make an accurate diagnosis of, like, of anything, if for no other reason, because I'm not qualified to do it. But he kept saying his hands are tied, like, somehow you have to agree with your community going against him or else you lose viewers or some shit. Yeah, I know, like, and I think, like I said, like, that might just be, like, some form of projection. Like, he's scared that if he goes against his viewership, like, he'll lose viewers or something, so he feels the pressure to do it. So maybe he assumes that I feel the same pressure. Like, that's the only reading that I can give of that, because, like, if you watch how I interact with my community, it's pretty fucking clear I don't give a fuck. You're being a bit contradictory since you say you go soft on him, but at the same time you say you value not going soft on friends. Okay, let's break down some terms here. I don't know what you think going soft means. So going soft means that, like, we'll still have disagreements, but I'm not going to sit there and actually, like, fucking blow your shit up over it, right? You can go soft on somebody, but still have disagreements with them, right? Whereas, like, if I was talking to, like, a lefty, and we had a disagreement over something, probably wouldn't go soft on them. I'd probably go hard. So we would disagree, and I'd be a fucking asshole about it, right? That's the difference. Do you feel a bit weird speaking up against him? Because I remember a while ago during some drama, you said he was the only one who messaged you. Oh yeah, I mean, like, he's a pretty loyal friend. But, like, the problem is like, and again, this is why I just don't have many friends, I guess, or whatever. Like, I can't reciprocate that type of friendship. I just can't do that. It's just not the kind of person I am. I'll never be able to do that. I can never, like, deliver that to somebody. Like, if that's an expectation that somebody has, like, hey, like, I need you to be there for me. Like, I mean, like, I can be there. Like, I'll help people. I think Albert is really cool. I'm friends with him, and I talked with him after, like, Lily's stuff and, like, gave him whatever advice I could on, like, how to deal with things. Even though, obviously, I disagree with what he did. I thought it was really dumb and hurtful to Lily. But, like, But like, if you're gonna sit here and ask me to, like, come out and defend, like, your horrible takes on shit because we're friends, like, I can't do that. Like, that's too much, or too much for me, rather. Maybe not for most people. Maybe most people can do that. It's the same thing when Hassan expected you to not criticize his video because you're friends and on the same side. Yeah, and the more I go back and I look at it, the more that I actually, like, I'm just kind of, like, noticing this trend. Is, like, what's actually happening is that, like, because I'm only looking at, like, the veracity of my arguments or whatever. Like, is what I'm saying true? Am I missing something? Blah, blah, blah. But what's actually happening, I think, with a lot of these people is they're just like, oh, Destiny, I thought we were friends. Like, well, why are you disagreeing with me? What the fuck? Like, friends don't do that. Like, that's what's actually happening with so many of these people. And I'm just, like, not it's just not how I process those things normally. But so, I mean, like, that's good. Or, I mean, it's good that, like, I notice that now. Like, that's something that I'll pay a lot more attention to in the future, because I just never really considered it before. Although, to be fair, I also blame you normal humans for that, because you guys will say shit like, oh yeah, like, I want a friend that criticizes me, or like, don't just agree with me because you're, you know, my friend, or like, I want somebody that's, like, honest and intellectual, blah, blah, blah. Like, well, that's obviously not true. I don't think that's true. I think when most people, like, look at friendship, I think most people just want somebody that will, like, always have their back and they're not critical of anything or whatever. Like, that seems to be the case. Maybe I'm being, like, a little bit too extreme or disingenuous with that, but that's what it feels like to me. Do you think this is happening? Oh, when he went into Melina's chat and invited us to dinner? I mean, the thing is that, like, I'm trying to think if I'm ever the one that burns the bridge. I feel like it's always the other person. Now, obviously, maybe it's provoked by my type of, like, personality or whatever, sure. Both Hassan and Train expected you to talk it out in private. Well, I mean, like, I would. Like, Train, to be fair, Train did message me this morning, but, like, Train blew me up on a stream for, like, an hour, and then circled Rick with Greek while doing it. Like, I'm not gonna talk with you privately after that. No, what the fuck? That's not gonna happen. No way, dude. Destiny, he was emotional. That's fine. But I mean, am I supposed to care about that? Like, can you comment on what you think of Greek? I don't know. Greek is whatever, man. Like, to him, like, this is all just like a meme. Like, he doesn't, and to be fair, like, I kind of sort of understand, but like, so Greek messaged me last night. He's like, why are you being such a dick lately? I'm like, I'm not being a dick at all. And he's like, you are. I'm like, I treat him with kid gloves and I hardcore stand him to West. Holy fuck. You're attacking everyone. No, I'm not. What the fuck? Hassan last night and now Train. Oh, is that everyone now? Holy shit. Never mind. You got me. My bad. I'll chill. Dude, you know what I mean. It's like you're starting shit for the content. Train has never been nice to you I think he meant never not been nice to me. It's not even banter. You're just being a dick. Thought so. Like, this isn't banter. Like, I'm not bantering with anybody when I'm, like, critiquing somebody's position. What do you mean? Also, why are all these people that are obsessed with their view count? Why are all these people that are obsessed with their view count accusing me of starting shit for content? Motherfucker, I play League 9 hours a day. Like, what? You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know how to respond. I'm not bantering with this shit. None of this is banter. It's not cool to drive huge fucking mobs of people to shit on people on the platform. You spent so much time crying about being harassed on here. I think you'd understand that least of all. Sorry, I'm not going to simp for him just because we're friends, mate. Yikes, you just explained your community right there. I pray for you, man. Good luck. Like, okay, dude. I don't know. Fuck, dude. Streamers are... Ugh. I honestly think he wants to talk off stream so he can walk shit back, not in front of the audience, and then come back and say, hey, boys, we talked off stream, we're good. Yeah, of course. So that but that's like him playing both sides. Like, he wants the credit of, like, maintaining a relationship while also showing his audience how fucking alpha he is, that he shit on me after I asked him some basic questions. Like, well, I'm not gonna, like, play into that. Like, that's dumb as fuck, dude. And then I also like how yesterday he was accusing me of pumping up viewers with the drama when I offered to come on his stream, and he was the one streaming shouting at me. How would you deal with these types of situations now? Like, how would you deal with the Sun situation, knowing that he kind of wanted you to have his back? I would just tell those people up front, like, hey, listen, like, this is never going to work out, my dude. I'm sorry. Good luck with your shit. Mystery Mountain tries to find Iran on a map. I don't think most people could find Iran on a map. Why would most Americans know where the fuck Iran is? Like, what the fuck? It's not like we're going to the Middle East ever or looking at maps of the Middle East. Things Destiny asked. What's the big deal? Why do you need to constantly talk about it? Who are these shameless streamers? What exactly do you need to shame that's such a big problem on Twitch? I think I could point out like 4 or 5 countries in Europe max. Can you define what going soft on someone means again? You said it's disagreeing with someone but staying friends. Isn't that what you've been doing with Train this whole time? Well, no, I've been going soft on Train the whole time. But I mean, like, when I say going soft, what I mean is, like, I'm going to give you, like, a lot of charity, benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to, like, very calmly and slowly explain shit to you instead of just coming out and expecting you to know it. Like, you probably should if you're on this platform. But hasn't Train repeated all the lefty bullshit that triggers you? He said you trap him with debate tactics, only take positions that's in line with your community, don't consider the effect. Yeah, it's like the same shit. It's really, really, really... Whatever, dudes. I guess it's... yeah, I don't know. Might be better to view other streamers as potential business contacts instead of as friends, because they can't take any criticisms that may taint their rents. Yeah, seriously, like, people are, I don't know. I guess it's all business to these people. I mean, I guess it is to me, too. Fuck it. Do you think it's harder for them to accept criticism since it's in front of a big audience directly? Well, one thing that I start to wonder, I have to wonder, there's, like, a lot of assumptions that I make that it ends up, like, not being, it ends up, like, not being reflective of how other people think. So for instance, I made an assumption that I try to assume that people will literally bend their views to their audience, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know if that's true or not, because I don't do it at all, obviously. I mean, that should be pretty obvious. Kind of off topic, how are you in Train? Anything more than coworkers, like other than podcasts, you guys barely interact with each other, like at least with Trix and Hassan, you guys hanged out off stream quite a bit. Wait, where does that impression come from? With Triax, I think I've seen Triax in person one time in my whole life. And then in Hassan, I think we've hung out twice. I do like almost everything through my stream. Like if I have like a relationship with somebody, like for the most part, you guys are seeing it happen in real time. Like, your fridge. Can you quickly recap what exactly is the problem you have with Train? He seems to be really careful about what he says. Well, I think Train, like, I don't think this is, like, too controversial to say, but I think he enables, like, a lot of, like, really shitty, like, sexist, like, toxic behavior on the platform, right? I don't know if he himself is necessarily that, but I feel like with the way that he talks and everything, sometimes I feel like the way that he memes that he kind of like
Baby
enables
wipes
it.
or toilet paper.
Yeah, and so we talk about that every now and then, but that's not like an especially hot take. Like we have that conversation like quite a bit, I think. Don't you think friends like Lily show you can have unconditional friends? Well, I don't know. If Lily started doing some like crazy stupid shit, I would call her out on it too, of course. These guys are shooting with guns and I can't see a single drop of blood fucking anywhere. You don't even see, they don't even show the gunshots.